on my porch in China with this beautiful view. But you know what's more important than a beautiful view? Knowledge. If you get that joke, I love you again. Oh shit. Yeah, that's good enough. But today we're going to be talking about how I learned Fluent Mandarin Chinese all before coming to China, all while in the United States. Everyone likes using that word Fluent. I don't really like using it because it assumes that you have nowhere else to go. You've already reached the top and you have nowhere movement to improve. I think that's totally false, and obviously I think I have a lot to improve. But I think I've done pretty well for a dude who's just been to China. I passed the HSK exam while in the United States, and I'm right here in a fully Chinese taught program at 中国科学技术大学, which is a really great university here. So, you know, gotta hype myself up, or you're not gonna watch this video. Anyways, how did I manage to do it? I think one of the most important things about learning any language is reading a lot and reading a diverse amount of content. I feel like a big reason why people quit learning a language is because they feel that their mode of expression is not sufficient enough when they're in, you know, the real world, or maybe when they're talking to somebody, having a conversation. I just think the main problem is that they don't have enough information on that topic and they're not that well informed in their target language. I think that's the most important. That's what I think I got really good at Mandarin Chinese when I made a commitment to myself that I would read one news article every single day in Mandarin Chinese, or really anything for that matter, and I would do that continuously for an extended period of time. I managed to do that whole habit for a whole year, maybe even 2. I downloaded LingQ, which is a great language learning app. You can upload any material online and put it into their translator. You can click on any new word and it'll translate it for you right away. So I use that method. I wouldn't force myself to do way too much. I wouldn't be like, do a whole hour. I would just start really small. Like, even if I could read for 15 minutes, like, that was good enough for me. I felt like I improved. Because one, it was kind of like I was keeping up with the times because I was reading the news. So if I encountered like one of my Chinese friends or someone who I wanted to practice Chinese with, I could, you know, bring up a topic about something that's going on, and I would appear quite informed because I read about it and love speaking to myself and, you know, pretending as if I'm explaining concepts to myself for like certain situations. So I think that's also another great tip. Learn, read, then explain to yourself, then explain to others. 我感觉我们应该参考的是埃隆·马斯克的一个人才的模式。他曾经说过，我们如果想做一个非常完整的一个人才，追求的不是一个爱情状的一个人才，爱情状指的是你是一种只在某一个行业里面的一个专家，你知识的范围只是局限在你的行业里面。最理想的一种人才的模式是一个梯形状的人。梯形状的人是说他们的能力的范围是覆盖非常广泛的一个范围，但是他们还是在他们行业里面一定可以说他们达到了一个专家的水平。所以我觉得我们可以把这个埃隆·马斯克的模式运用到外语学习这种方面。比如说我现在读的一本书就是 FBI 读心术，美国联邦特工教你如何瞬间操纵他人心理。我一定不是一个间谍，我是普通的学生嘛。他会介绍很多的心理操控的一些方法，还有心理学的很多的知识的，我以前没有学过的很多东西，因为我毕竟是一个理工的新闻学生。我感觉每一个成功的博主一定是要学会怎么能操控他观众的心理。对不起，一定是我咖啡喝太多了。Step number 2 is don't just learn the language, live the language. What does that mean? That means replace one of your common happy hobbies. Replace one of your common hobbies that you have in your life with things that you do, and instead of doing it in your mother language, do it in your target language. I think that's a really helpful thing. I started doing that especially with just searching things online. Let's say you're on Google, you're curious, looking for a new recipe, you're trying to debug some kind of code. You can do that in Chinese. And what I found is that even when I look things, especially when I'm coding or something, because you know astronomy has a lot of coding, instead when I look up that bug in Chinese, I actually find more answers when I look it up in Chinese forums. So you never know, it might be even more helpful. 也一定要给你们举个例子，不然的话我坐在这边站着说话不腰疼，感觉我被合肥的口音受影响了。我现在中文口音没有那么标准，比如说我现在我已经学了柔术已经有半年了，所以来到合肥之后还是想继续学，所以我找到了一个柔术馆。然后柔术馆里面，当然他们的教练是非常厉害，他也会讲一口流利的英语，但是我就是要挑战自己，我每次去练的时候跟他们用中文沟通，所以我就可以学很多的相关的用词。所以我感觉在柔术上，你一定要把语言说得非常精确，不然的话你可以误导一个人做一个技术不太好、不太正确的一个动作。所以墨姐可以用柔术干死你，也可以边用中文解释怎么会干死你。快了吗？我靠，抬不起来。 之后发现没有那么灵活。Tip number 3 is learn to talk to people in real life. In real life. Not in the internet. Not from the computer. Yeah, so the most important thing is learning to talk to people in real life, because that can be one of the most scariest parts about learning a new language, because one, it's not your mother tongue, you might not feel as confident as you normally would, but that comes with time and experience. People are always like, what the heck? Oftentimes when I come here and I tell people I just came to China, I've never been here before, they're like, wow, you can speak pretty well with people on the street. Well, for me, that's because I have been doing it for such a long time. It's not like I came to China and I all started speaking to people on the street. I made it a point that whenever I was in any setting back in New York and I had the opportunity to speak with people in Chinese, I would do that. And I think it's very hard for us as English speakers. I feel like English speakers can be the laziest people ever, because like we don't have to learn any other foreign language because everyone in the world wants to speak English. So it's kind of easy for us to just get lazy, and like if we don't speak well, we're like, oh whatever, I'll just speak English, it's just easier for me. And you can just do that. But if you want to challenge yourself, then you gotta do abnormal things, and you've gotta make a point of it. So for me, I would just any opportunity I got. When I worked at the Home Depot, when I wore my apron, I wrote 我会说中文 I wrote I can speak Chinese on my apron, and whenever I would bump into people I was speaking Chinese, I would just go and introduce myself, and people might think that's weird, but it really helps, because when I'm working in the flooring department at the Home Depot selling flooring boards, if I can sell somebody flooring boards in Chinese, goddamn, I'm a beast. So you just gotta start doing it wherever you are, wherever you can. Maybe go to the Chinese restaurant, maybe pull a little 小买 NYC. I feel like these days everyone just wants to learn a language so they can be that person that random dude walks in a Chinese restaurant, shocks the locals, million views on YouTube, bam, celebrity, man. That's the only reason everyone wants to do it anymore. If I ever make one of those videos, I've sold out. I will never do those. They're kind of boring to me. 反正我都觉得他们只会去一个中餐餐馆说两句，跟这鸡肉好脆啊，然后大家在说这个老外中文说他妈的好，我感觉这没有什么了不起啊。Tip number 4 is make a language partner, someone that you consistently talk to on a regular basis to improve your language speaking skills. And I'm not just talking you go on Uvu and you just bump into somebody and you're just
喜欢鸡肉还是牛肉
I feel like most people who do that shit, they only know 3 verbs, 喜欢吃 and 做 and that's probably it, and then they just know 3 nouns, 鸡肉牛肉and 羊肉 or something. That ain't cool, you ain't learning. So make a language partner that you can talk to on a regular basis and see your improvements over time. You can choose to both maybe read an article, and then when you meet together, you can discuss the article together. But yeah, that's a really important thing. I saw a lot of improvement from me doing that. I made a lot of different partners from all over the world, from Taiwan, from all different parts of China. And it's great because you can hear accents from people from different regions. Tip number 5 is get in touch with the internet community, because that can be also another great platform for learning. And I would say probably where I learned maybe 70 to 80% of my language learnings are probably all done online. Why? Because it's just access to you 24/7. If you're in quarantine, especially these days, you may find yourself in a part of the world where the pandemic might be kind of serious. You have to be inside for a period of time. And what's really cool, there's so many great apps where you can just get in a group of people, and you can kind of feel by learning this new language that you want to learn, you're kind of inviting yourself into a new community, making new friends, and you're doing this, you can do this all from the comfort of your home. What I really enjoy using functions on apps like Hello Talk, where you have little groups. 其实我曾经在 Hello Talk 下面的一个语聊房跟几个人玩过奇葩说的一种游戏。如果你看过那个综艺节目，你会知道他们是怎么玩的。基本上呢，我们会围绕一个话题，会组成2不同的队，一个是那个话题的正方，还有一个话题的反方。我们的话题是，假如说一个美术馆着火，然后有一只猫还困在里面，你会救那只猫还是救名画？我也觉得，如果你要学任何一门语言，可以试一下用那门语言进行非常激烈的辩论，可以做一个非常有趣的事情。好，然后我感觉应该说到这儿吧，因为我已经说了太多。那么可以在评论区留言跟我说，你以后希望我会拍什么样的视频，我一定会说话算话。So yeah, I hope those tips help you. That is 5 tips for learning Mandarin Chinese without even being in the country. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting content for how to learn Mandarin Chinese faster, smarter, and in a more fun and interesting way. That's it for today. I will see you in the next video. Jabran, or out. Bye bye. 再见。
拜拜。